guys, it's Maymay, and I'm so excited to bring this item to you guys here at our product parade. These are Paper Petals by Echo Park. They are so cool. Now, you can totally make the paper flowers using your electronic cutting machine. I've done that. It's super fun. You can make them without any machines and use like poster board and a pattern, but this makes it so easy. These come in 3 sizes. This is the largest one. This is the 13-inch diameter one, and they also come in 3 colors. They come in this pink, a darker pink, and a white. So that's the 3 colors for all 3 sizes. And what you do is you open this up and you bring your little petals out just like this. And each layer is a different size. So here's these little guys right here. So I'll sit those there. Then this one. All the work's done for you. This is just assembly to make these beautiful flowers. And look how big this petal is. It also comes with a center. So we're going to need that. And we'll put that aside. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the petals. And I'm going to start with the big one so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'll do the other ones also and film it, but then I'll kind of run through it with some music and make it a little faster. So, a couple things you're going to need. One is a glue gun, and by the way, this is a glue gun I'm testing because you guys had asked me to find one for our store, so I'm testing this guy out. It's got a little bit of glue on it, but it's been plugged up now for well over an hour, and it's doing really well so far. So if this works, we'll put it in the store also. All right, I'm just going to use my ruler for this. What we want to do is we want to give the petals a bend, okay? So we're gonna put it on the ruler and kind of pull and work a bend into our petal. What we don't wanna do is we don't want to crease it in any way. And I'll tell you something else I discovered after we made the first one. By the way, let me show you one completed. I forgot about that. This is one that our very own Caleb from our shipping department put together. Look at that. Very beautiful flower. Let me show you the side. You see how big it is? It's gorgeous. And he did this all by himself. So I learned from him that really all I need to curl the most of is this end, because the rest of it kind of does its own thing. So I'm going to run through and curl that. Isn't that funny that Caleb did that? I took a picture. I will insert it here so you can see Caleb doing that. I'll make sure we get that put in. But he literally sat down yesterday and did it. He and Amanda made another one, and I think today they made one more. We're trying to do one of each size to put them in our store so we can show what they look like out front in our retail store. So I thought they were kind of cool that they would be willing to do that for me. So sometimes we do craft around here. Most of the time it's not as much crafting as it is packing and shipping. All right, so there's my petals curled. You'll do that with all the sizes, okay? So you'll curl all of them. And then look, your little slices in the middle are already made for you. See that? What the instructions say, by the way, let me show you the instructions because you don't have to go with what I'm telling you. You get a full set of assembly instructions. What they say here is that you want to overlap sort of the same distance. It says be sure to overlap each petal equally. And it says the more it overlaps, the more it will curl up. Let me show you what that means. So if I overlap it really, really far like this, do you see how that petal stood up so much? But as I loosen my overlap, you can see how my petal lays out more. So it just depends on how tall you want your flower to be. I think it's kind of pretty to do it about like that, where it's just kind of lined up with that corner there. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use hot glue for this. You do not have to use hot glue. You can use your art glitter glue, or you can use a sticky tape if you want to. I'm just going to seal this down with a little hot glue and hold that in place. And by the way, this is a low and high tip gun. So I've got it on low so I can use it this way. If it weren't, I probably wouldn't be using it like this. So there's one petal. See how it looks? Super cool. Okay, let's do another one. Same thing. I'm going to separate that out like that. Get my little slice overlapped. I should put this glue on my right-hand side since I'm right-handed. Wouldn't that make sense? All right, so little glue there. Well, that worked a lot better. All right, and then seal these down. Being careful not to put your hand in the hot glue, which I'm being very careful of. And then you just let that sit to the side and keep going. I love these flowers. I decided for my granddaughter's baby shower that I wanted flowers, but I didn't have the time to assemble them, like to cut them all out and to make all that happen. So instead of using flowers for that occasion, I used the tissue that looked like flower. They're really more pom-poms that you could pull apart. I really wish I'd have done the flowers, but like I said, I didn't have time to cut them and all that. These I could have done. Had I known about these, I could have got these done because I didn't have to do the cutting, just the assembly. And that's so easy to do just sitting in, you know, in front of the TV or something at night, just assembling. The other thing, you might be thinking, where am I going to use these big flowers? They are beautiful if you use them like a curtain valance. Have you ever thought about that? Like at the top of a window, just put a whole bunch of these flowers, or to use in a baby shower situation or a wedding. There's so many places. And the pink color that they chose, this kind of blush pink, and they also have a darker pink and a white. They're so pretty. And we have all 3 sizes in the store in all 3 colors. I just fell in love with them, so I had to do that. All right, let's put these onto our base. So the base is pre-cut for you, and all you do is add a little glue to the back, just like so. And you're just gonna overlap it about 1/2 inch. We discovered about 1/2 inch is best here. So just overlap that and stick it down on the base. And of course it's too heavy to lay down now. And I would normally assemble like a petal over here and then a petal over here, but here's what I discovered. There's only 5 petals, so if you do that, you kind of mess your alignment up. So what's best to do is to go from one petal to the other, and I'll show you what I mean. So a little glue there, and then we're just gonna go right next to that one, and the petals can overlap. See how that's touching and overlapping? And you can see here how really all that matters is this top is curled out good, and the more you curl it out, the better. They even suggest using like a rod, so maybe if you have, I don't know what you would use, maybe a rolling pin or something thinner than that you could wrap them around. You could do that too if you didn't want to do the curling with the ruler. All right, so I'll put this one down. And I may come back and even rub these out even more, but I think they're so pretty. All right, then the next 2. Little glue. Here's the other thing. You need to remember something. Anytime you're making something that's based off of something from nature, you have a lot of leeway because nature does things naturally. Imagine that. So you don't have to worry about it being perfectly lined up or anything like that. Matter of fact, if it's a little bit off, if each flower's a little off, that's okay, because that's the same thing that would happen, you know, in nature. All right, so there's the base of our flower. Look how big that is. That's the 13 inch, okay? So now I need to run through and do all these other petals the same way, but I'm gonna come back and show you how to do this little one together. So, all right, here I go. I'm gonna put all these petals together. Now for these smaller petals, here's what I've decided. I'm gonna use the art glitter glue here because I really have to get my fingers in here and I'm gonna have to hold this together and I don't want to burn my fingers. So I'm gonna use the art glitter glue to hold these together. I could totally do it with sticky tape or anything like that, but I think this will work really well. I love how this is working. This is gonna be so pretty when it's finished. So a little glue. I'll tell you something else too. If you go ahead and start the overlap before you apply the glue, it's a lot easier to do. So just kind of get it started and then overlap it and glue it together. So now that I got all my petals assembled, now we just go back and glue them in. Now here's something to note. You don't want to glue them even each time. So you don't want to glue it just with that one. You want to offset them like so that the flowers kind of nestle in between, so the petals kind of nestle like that. We're going to do them the same way as we've been doing them, but we're just going to nestle them a little bit in between. And I'm just going to set this on about like this. And again, it's nature, it's natural, so it's not going to be perfect. So don't go for perfect. We don't do perfect. Here's a little more glue. Going to offset this side here. They're so pretty and easy. It took me, I look at the clock, it took me about 13 minutes to fold all the petals. That was pretty easy. Except for the hot glue part, I think your kids could do this too. So, and if you have older kids who can handle a hot glue gun, they can certainly do it with you. They're just gorgeous. All right, so then we go to the next largest petal and we're gonna do the same thing. This last little bit, I'm going to try this. I'm going to put a dollop of glue in the bottom, and I'm just going to kind of stand these up in it and just let them be there. I think that's a cool way to do the center. And I think I might even come back and put a little bling in the middle. I think it'd be cute to kind of put something in the middle there. Go. Take this guy. This guy. And one more. I'll put a little glue on him and kind of sit him to the top there. Sit him over those last little petals like so. And just sort of let the glue do the work. Isn't that cool? I love that. And let me find some bling to stick in there. I think it'll be cute. Maybe not a square, but it's what I had handy, so I'm going to put it in there and show you what it looks like. I may not stick it down. Oh, it's pretty. I like it. I'm going to stick it down. So even if you wanted to add a little bling in the middle, and that's just something I had in my stash, isn't that a beautiful flower? And the dimension is so nice, and you could put these anywhere. And here's two, the pink and the white. This has no bling. It needs bling too. Let's do it. Don't you think it needs it also? I do. Let's put it in the middle right there. So pretty. All right, guys, so those are now in store. 3 sizes. This is the largest, and they work their way down, and in 3 colors, white, pale pink, and a darker pink. And I'll have those linked for you below. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.